and I was laying down and my heart was very slow, and I thought to myself, that's it. I might not wake up tomorrow morning. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Marlene. I talk about eating disorder recovery, my personal story, my recovery, and everything related to healing the relationship with your body, with movement, and with food. So let's dive right into the topic, because yesterday I got a comment and it basically started off with saying, I wish I was a little anorexic. And I completely understood where this person was coming from. They explained later in the comment why they said what they said, but I still want to catch up on this, because this is something that a lot of people said to me when I was literally dying. I'm not exaggerating here. I just really want to point out how severe anorexia and also like other eating disorders can be. And I'm telling you right now, you don't want to be anorexic. You don't want to have an eating disorder whatsoever. So when I first started my first diet and like dived into, restriction, was triggered actually by the restriction. I made another video about if like restriction and under eating can trigger eating disorders. I actually found myself in the same place. I was like on all those Instagram pages. It was not that regulated back in the days. So all those, like, let's say pro-ana pages. And I actually was like, I said to myself, I want to be anorexic. So I started Googling. What does an anorexic eat? Like, how little do I have to eat? And I remember that my boyfriend at the time would see my search history, and I lied straight to his face. And I was like, oh no, I'm like concerned about someone who's close to me, so I wanted to double check. So this is the first thing. You will become a liar. And I'm not saying this to like make anyone like feel bad, but it is the truth. Eating disorders, just like other addictions, make you become a liar. So you will lie straight into the people's faces that you love. I remember like using the toaster, like having toast burned and then throw it away so that my mom would think I had eaten, that it would smell like food. You will become a liar. You will become obsessive about food. Like, there is no way you can stop thinking about food, but also become obsessive about your movement, about step counting, about calories, about your weight, all these kind of things. The further you go, or like the more your eating disorder develops, the less you will engage with other people. In fact, the more your eating disorder develops, the less you will feel connected to other people. And you will slowly but surely isolate yourself. I was still in a relationship back then, but I would lie to my boyfriend's face all the time so that I could get my steps in, so that I could avoid eating, all these kind of things. We had a very good connection before that, but when my eating disorder started and I would engage in all those habits, our connection was like gone, which was the reason we broke up in the end. So you will feel alone, you will feel guilty, you will feel ashamed, you will feel hopeless because you just can't change the things that actually lead to you dying. I had a therapist back then, and she told me, well, your eating disorder is basically just a suicide on rates. And I didn't know what she meant back then, but she actually understood eating disorders very well. Because I was like, oh no, I just want to lose a little bit weight and I'm gonna stop when I'm at this weight. We all know the deal. I'm gonna stop. Of course, I did not. So my therapist at the time actually understood it very well, and she knew that if I would continue doing what I was doing, the end would be to die, because if you don't fight your eating disorder, you will eventually die from it. So I'm being like so clear here because it's really not a joke. I had people telling me, oh, I wish I was a little anorexic. I just like can't behave myself around food. Like I'm eating too much. And again, this is not directed towards the person who commented. I will make another video about her topic or his topic, but I had people telling that straight into my face when I was literally on the edge of death. And I have to be so clear here, because I feel like we still kind of glorify eating disorders, and it's not fun. And if you still have the urge to go that far, then please, please, please seek professional help, because it's not healthy. Like, no healthy mind would have the urge to go to the edge of death, basically. I remember a lot of nights actually, and I never mentioned that to anyone before because of course I didn't want to like concern anyone, but there were some nights where I was like laying in bed and was like half unconscious already because I hadn't eaten, and I was laying down and my heart was very slow, and I thought to myself, that's it, I might not wake up tomorrow morning. And fortunately, I woke up every single day until I decided to make a change, until I decided to start eating again. But again, I don't want to be dramatic. I don't want to exaggerate or anything like this. but you don't want to be anorexic, and you don't want to be a bulimic, and you don't want to have any kind of eating disorder. This is nothing you wish for. And again, I understand it because I actually thought I had the wish, but like my underlying issues were like so different. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to, for people to care for me. I wanted to feel different in my body. I wanted to stop feeling at certain days. There were like so many underlying issues that led to the wish of being anorexic. But of course I didn't understand it back then. And so I did what I thought was the right thing. And I ended up in like a decade of a restrictive eating disorder where I like several times nearly died. So this video is like very serious, and guys, I always try to understand where you're coming from. I always try to see people's histories, so please don't feel attacked by me, but I really have to be so honest here, because again, if you still feel like you want to be anorexic, please seek help, because a lot of people actually feel like, well, I'm not going to be taken seriously if I'm not underweight, for instance, or it's not bad enough, I'm not sick enough. That's like the most common sentence I've heard from people who have any kind of eating disorder. I'm not sick enough to seek help. But the truth is, if you already think you're not sick enough, so if you have the urge to be even more sick, that's sick enough already, because no healthy person has the urge to be sick. I've talked to so many people in my environment who have a very healthy mindset, and they would never ever wish to be sick. They are so grateful for their health. They are so grateful for the lives they get to live. So if you have the urge to be even more sick, that's a warning sign already. And I had the same mindset as well. And I didn't go to therapy for quite some time before, because I thought I wasn't sick enough. I thought, well, people don't really see that I'm underweight. I was underweight already, but it was not that visible, right? And again, you don't have to be underweight. There are so many different kinds of eating disorders. And also with anorexia, people still think that anorexia means being heavily underweight. That might be the case for some people, but it can also be like that your BMI-wise still in a quote-unquote healthy weight range when your body is already starving. So please don't look at those numbers. And if you ever have someone like a doctor or even a psychotherapist telling you that you're not sick enough, leave them. Look for someone else. There are amazing professionals out there who will understand your struggles. You don't have to meet any weight or BMI criteria to get help. But please, if you're still in this mindset of I want to be anorexic, get some help. Again, guys, I hope this video is not too serious, but I really had to get on this because it really did something to me, to be completely honest. And I remembered the time when I was in this mindset, but also all the knowledge I gained since then. And so I wanted to hop on here and be very, very honest with you guys. So next videos are coming up. It's going to be a little bit more fun. I mean, as fun as it can be when we're talking about eating disorders. It's still a very, very, very serious illness. But you guys know me. I always try to get a little humor in as well. And I can't wait to film more videos for you guys. I appreciate and love you guys. Thank you so much. This recent week was amazing. I got all the views. I got all the comments. It makes me very, very happy to be back and to be back on track with the content as well. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.